Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to draft best of 3 Zendikar Rising today on Going Optimal. Chat has spoken. Democracy in action here in the U.S. and here on the stream as we decide what to do today and as we decide what to do for the next 4 years. But we're going to put that aside and focus on Magic today. We are going to just block out the world around here a little bit and focus in on our leveling up at this format. I feel like I liked the format early, but wasn't having good success. I've kind of regressed to the mean a bit in my overall numbers. I haven't done the exact win-loss percentage on my account, but I know that I started off kind of medium and then have been on a real tear lately. So I feel like I've leveled out a bit. And we've had some exciting ones. The last couple of premieres I've done started out 0-2 and finished 7-0. It's kind of hard to do that anyway, the old 0-2, 7-0. And to do it in back-to-back premiere events on stream has been kind of funny. And this is no possibility here, though. We're in traditional. This is best of 3. We're going to play 3 rounds of best of 3 action and see how many match wins we get. This is the one with the super steep 3,000 gem reward at the top and 1,000. I want to express, a lot of people are just like, the mentality around these queues tends to be really about whatever people look towards where profit happens and then just do a snap judgment on that. I hear a lot of people saying, hey, yeah, I don't like traditional because you need to win 3 times to get a profit. I don't like traditional because you got to win 3 times to get a profit. Gang, it's math. It's not about it's not about profit, yes or no. It's about the overall EV of the system. So, for example, let's say the people griping, you got to get 3 wins to have a profit here. What if at 3 wins you got 1 million gems? 1 million gems for 3-0. Would you like the queue then? But you have to win 3 times to get profit. So you still hate the queue, right? Because it takes 3 wins to get profit. You got to do the overall math. So even though, yes, it's psychologically tough to know that you have to get 3 wins in order to get that profit, it is a doubling of your entry. So when you can pull that off every now and again, it really does, it's 2 free drafts basically. And I do wish it was less steep. I've said it many times. I wish this were not 3,000 here. I wish they took some of the, so 1 out of 8 people, 1 person gets 3,000. And out of 8 people, 3 people get 1 pack, get the 1 win, right? I wish they would take some of the 3,000 and spread it down here to the 1 win a little bit so that even at 1 win, you got some gems back. That flattens it a little bit. And people would feel better about the queue, I think. I think, people who are doing the mathy thing and can process that it's not about the tipping point of where a queue becomes profitable. It's about the overall EV of the queue in entirety. But even that, even having that fortitude, it's still just nice to have something a little bit down here. So I continue to be surprised at what they did in terms of the prize structure here. But I do want to encourage you, anybody out there who looks at these queues and is thinking of them in terms of finding that tipping point of where profit starts and then deciding whether or not you like the queue based on that, you're not doing it right. You got to look at the spreadsheet, look at the whole enchilada. You can't just take 1 win-loss result and say, well, at this point, this happens. You got to look at the average expectancy, the EV, average expected value. And that's how you can judge a queue. And that's how you can look down the road and see how you're going to do in that queue overall and in general. I know how you're going to do if you go to cardkingdom.com. You're going to do great because you're either going to get something you want or know that you have at least started with the best possible place to find everything you could need for your physical Magic game. I love Card Kingdom. They have singles, supplies, and sealed product for tabletop Magic. Their inventory is incredible. And of course, their buy list is second to none in the industry in terms of average price that they will pay for cards. Prove me wrong. Hey, because if you do, I'll start selling to that other place. If you want to show me who does better than Card Kingdom on buy prices, I am quite interested. I pitch it not because Card Kingdom pays me per se. I mean, yes, but I do it because I haven't found anybody else. You find somebody who's better, you let me know. I will change my pitch. In the meantime, right now, my pitch stays the same. You're selling Magic cards. You got to look at Card Kingdom, or what are you doing? You're giving away value. So let us thank Card Kingdom. Remember to hit them up via my link so they know you got there from here. That helps me stay on the air. They track if you got there from my affiliate link in the panels below, in the chat here, or in the YouTube notes. And it helps me keep going. So help me keep going best you can. We'll jump into this draft here. I don't know how the queue has been these days for best of 3. Let's find out. Uh-oh, looks like we're first in the queue. Could be about as... Oh, could be a long... Boom. All right, fine, good. I don't got audio here. That's why I have my headphones on, because I actually like the game sounds. I actually also like the noise blocking a little bit. It's kind of like my own studio. I think I'd be more annoyed if when I take my headphones off, I'm too loud. I gotta quiet myself. So we got a decent rare. We can take the Legion Angel. Maybe this is the time we finally get a second Legion Angel. And then Lol Mage's Domination is a fine place to start. It's a better color in the format than white, and it has rare level power. So we're not going to just take the Angel just because it's a rare. We should actually kind of like Domination first here. There's not a lot of other great blue in the pack, so it sends a good blue signal. Field research is good, though. Well, that we're not going to get that on the wheel, but we could get it if we get a glacial grasp. If we take the Domination and get a glacial grasp on the wheel, that's a great sign. Means that only the field, if only the field research is taken out of this pack. Bugcatcher, nice. I'm just looking at wheel stuff now. I am going to take the Domination. I think it's an excellent place to start. Yeah, red on the wheel is also possible. Here we have a Cleric of Life's Bond. We're not going to play this in the same deck as this. We could just take the Veil to match our Domination. And also, there's no other good blue in the pack, so again, we could do a solid cut on blue with the Veil, but even Veil is not that much of a, chase flip land for people. So I like speccing on the Clerics. We take the Clerics, because also there's a Blood Priest and a Blight Priest in the pack. And a Binding, I don't know. Seems like these cards will be taken before this comes back around, but let's keep an eye on pack 1, pick 10, and see if the Blood Priest or the Blight Priest is still there, pick 10. And then that's a great sign for us. We might not, I don't know where we're going to end up from here. We may abandon the Cleric path entirely, in which case it doesn't matter. But the point is, if we feel like we're on Clerics, that's a real sign I'm looking for from the wheel. Well, blue looks like it's not very open so far. It's only pick 3, so we've only gotten 2 passes, but there hasn't been much blue in it. Just could be the packs, though, so far. But what does that mean for us now? We can take a Angel Heart Protector to just take some sort of Cleric in case we do end up this way. Or we can take a Gnarlid Colony to go in a completely different direction and just take... This kind of looks like the strongest card. These two are like the strongest cards in the pack, so that... I'm a little troubled by the fact that pick 3, what I consider the 2 strongest cards, don't match anything we're doing so far. So I don't think we can take the Colony, or like the Skeleton is double color in the wrong way. If we take Fury, I'm just going to take... Colony is the best card here, but with Cleric of Life's Bond, I am going to take this crappy Cleric and try to protect this direction a little bit in case we end up there. But then we get a Royal Eruption along third. How is there a Royal Eruption 4th? That's kind of wow. But we have a Celebrant, and we have a Vine Gecko. Hoi! Drafting the hard way indeed. I think the best card here is easily the Eruption, but Celebrant is the thing that leads us to this deck. Do you want to keep on this starting path here? Boy, we send Royal Eruption and Vine Gecko. We're not getting green and red back the other way, so we could just stake our claim in black-white. Yeah, if we gone colony, then maybe we'd be pulled to Gecko. But since we didn't go colony, I don't know if we have to. I mean, I'll do it. I'm going to do it against almost my, like, this is weird, but I kind of feel like we're not drafting the hard way here, and I'm not super happy about that. Like, I just feel like that last pack, the Royal Eruption, was really signally, but this is good. I mean, I don't. Feels like we kind of married clerics, and we're going to see how it goes now. I mean, we could still, it's only 5 picks in. We could still change, but we've made some pretty firm choices here 5 picks in, you know? Another priest, that's great. I would love this pathway. This is a right colored pathway for us, but in limited here, I'm not going to pass a on synergy powerhouse like the priest, although in this type of deck it's not quite as amazing because you're so cleric heavy that you don't necessarily have a big party, but we're definitely going to take this. Allied Assault, there's nothing really here for us. I guess we take a Bug Catcher. Allied Assault, that just feels like that's really a full party type of card. If you like Banneret in the cleric deck, I guess it cuts the color. I don't think we're playing anything here. It's true. I get what it does. I just don't think that's worth a card. Pablo says it gives you a little party with the clerics. Yeah, it's true. I just don't think, I hope not to play it if we take it. I'll take it, but like I said, again, I hope we don't play it. That's how I'm feeling. Prowlin Felidar has nothing to do with clerics, but can get reasonably big and win, because clerics tend to go long, so sometimes just having a huge thing on the ground is fine. We're best of 3, so we could bring this in and out also as needed. Green continues to be a lot of good green going around. I hear what you're saying. I'm super not excited about this in this deck, though. It does some things, but I'm not. Maybe I should have taken the tactics there. So now we're. Hey, look, the Glacial Grasp did come around. So as much as we're no longer at the domination direction, this was one of the cards I was wondering if it would come back, and it did. I do like. I should probably just take. Boy, red seems so open here. Maybe I should take a Hellion. Or the Wizard, yeah. Like, I'll just take the Lynx. I think we are locked in. Like, I don't see us finding our way out of this. And the Blood Priest coming back is good, but we do need... What was it? It was Blood Priest, the 3/2 Priest, and there was one other... Oh, yeah, the removal, the pacifism effect. So anyway, we got one of them back. That's good. If none had come back, that would be very concerning. So it's good that we got something back there. This is not really a Mind Carver deck, but we could take it for Vault Progress. Outrider has a long shot chance of making the deck, though. I'll take Blood Price here. I'd rather get Raise Dead effects for our card advantage in black, but Blood Price can be a player here. Especially in a, the life loss in a Celebrant style deck tends to be a lot easier to take. Disenchant fine in our best of 3 here. Well, there you go. Rewarded. This is very good in a cleric deck. It's not only a cleric itself, but the life gain stuff starts to matter, and we can actually win games off of this ability. It's a bit all in. Some enchantment based removal is tough, but we do have disenchant for the board in case we run into that. We're going to take that, though. Healer appeals to me here. We got another Mythic we could take. I just want to call out, if you are not gem independent, if you're scrapping for gems and or you love building your collection up, feel free to Mythic draft whenever you run into it. Jinx likes the Spland. This is a good one. I do like this one. I do, but I think the healer is too important for what this deck is trying to do to pass here. I would love to get either of these, but yeah, you like the expert. With what we're doing though, I want to move in. Really, Fenrir, you're like easily over healer. I like this card, but this is like what we're doing. Well, I'm gonna countermand chat. Maybe I'm wrong, and you'll show me how. But I really like the healer a lot in this deck. Feed pretty easy. Feed me. Kind of a late royal. We've got a rebirth, though. We can take that over Skulker or Adept and hope we kind of wheel one of these. What's this? This is the Kicker land. Yep, buy Kicker land. There's a decent cleric. We've got the Expedition Healer, which I obviously prioritize quite highly, but we actually have some removal here. I think we should take the removal. It's not been outstanding removal, but it is removal. We're going to take it. Ooh, really? Fenrir likes the healer over the Vanquish. Interesting. I think I like first Vanquish over second healer, but obviously I love the healer, right? I'm with you on that, Fenrir. I'm going to take this for card variety. First Vanquish over second healer, but I'll take basically as many of these as I can get. Blood Beckoning. Hello, friend. We have a Zoff Consumption and a Subtle Strike. But what do you think? I think it's Blood Beckoning or Subtle Strike here. And Blood Beckoning hard to pass getting the first of when the Blood Priest is so good after a Beckoning. I think we want first Beckoning. We have some interaction in Feed the Swarm and Vanquish the Weak. So I love a Subtle Strike, but we're going to take the 2-for-1 out of the graveyard. It depends on whether the consistency stuff you're talking about is highly synergistic. Basically, for me, it's like we're not sure what else is coming up. I want some interaction. I'm going to spread it. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let me figure this pick out. Yeah, I guess we take Bat on the lifelink plan over the Skulker here. Skulker is decent, but we want the lifelink. Hey, good friend, marauding a Blight Priest. Get in our deck, please. Feed the Swarm this late is great. We'll take this here over Stinger and Vamp. Oh yeah, that is a visual bug that's not great. Hat, thanks for pointing it out, and now in doing so, making me unable to unsee it, and I'm miserable. Great. But basically, if I've got two roughly equivalent cards and I already have one, I like the other because then if I get, if another copy of either one comes up, if I'm 1-1, going to either 2-1 split seems fine, but then a 3-0 might not be where I want to be. I'm going to go ahead and take that for Vault Progress. Didn't see anything there we're going to run. Hopefully we don't run this, and honestly, hopefully we don't run this. I see what you're all saying in terms of what it can do. I'm saying if our deck is great, we're not going to run it. So I'm going to cut it now in the hopes of being optimistic. Don't really want to run the Sentinel unless we do get a Subtle Strike or two. I think that's when Sentinel becomes quite excellent. This is optimistic price cut. We did get ourselves a Blood Beckoning, that's true. I hope we don't play this Vampire either, so I'm going to put that in the board. But, you know, look, we got some playables in the board. Like, if it just derails from here and we don't get any more good black and white, we can scrap our way to a 23, you know, to a 40 card. Never punished, right, gang? Just started pack 1 on clerics and then open cleric rares in packs 2 and 3. Easy game. What do we want? What do we want back? Hopefully we get at least a Gloom Hunter. If we ended up with a Blight Priest, cha-ching. If somehow, some way we end up with a Celebrant, I will do some sort of victory dance for you. Should we take this? What do you think? Thank you for the subs. Take another Felidar, a Shadow Stinger. Is this playable in our deck? Do we want an arbitrary not cleric to help with party? I don't know if we're doing Felidar or Felidar number 2 or Blood Price number 2 feels like a stretch. So maybe we're just not playing any of this. Yeah, I don't think we're playing any of this. So to that end, I will take Shadow Stinger just in case we need a 3-drop with 4 toughness and for Vault Progress. Another Rebirth is pretty cool. What else we got to compete with that? This is more of this is your off cleric card that I would rather run, although I think we just take a Binding here. This is not premium removal, but it is never cut removal, in my opinion. So we'll take the removal that we're never cutting. You like the Rebirth? That's fair. But I like getting the straight removal too. Another Sentinel, but we're running out of time to do anything with these. Maybe I should just take a Mind Carver, get some Vault Progress, Relic Golem. Spoils. We don't really have splash potential, so we're not going to do that. We did get a couple of splans. We could take we got 1 spland at least, right? I thought we got 2, maybe just 1. And we got the Rebirth. In any case, we'll take the Raptor. It's generically playable anyway. Late Florahedron, but we'll take another Raptor. Dreadworm, another Disenchant. I suppose there are worlds where we face an opponent with just so much enchantment removal that we want to bring in 2 Disenchants. Yeah, good point. Raptor works well with the Retreat, regardless of whether we're picking up splans or not. All right, Blight Priest came back. We are doing it, gang. Another Mesa Lynx. Are we even ever running that? Because I kind of cut the first one. I'm going to take the Vampire. There are worlds in which I can imagine us wanting 4 power at 4 in our curve, given what we're facing, like big green stuff or something. I'm never playing supplies, just like never. Maybe I'm too down on supplies because it does replace itself, but I just feel like something's gone wrong if I'm running that card. Something's gone right if my final 3 cards in pick 12 are all my color, though. And I do want a Gloom Hunter again over some party stuff. Well, that's fair, but card. First, I don't even like Blood Price. I cut it as soon as when somebody pointed out that we got a Raise Dead effect. I cut the Blood Price first of all, but also let's talk. Blood Price says, look at the top 4 cards, Jinx. 4 cards, and put 2 of them into your hand. 4 mana for your best 2 is significantly better than 2 mana for a random 2. That being said, breaking up the cost into installment plan is huge as well. So that's what Supplies has going for it, is that it's splitting up the cost. But Blood Price as a card drawing engine for 4 mana is superior to the supplies. It's just that you have to pay it all at once. Yeah, instant speed, I suppose, is something too, but that's another point from Hat. Supplies is forced installment plan. You can't even get 2 cards on the same turn. Anyway, 43. Let's start with land. We have the 1 Spland at least. I don't think we got another one, though. There were a couple opportunities, but I kept finding other stuff I wanted. So maybe we just still go 18 and do it this way. So we get a 9-9 split there, and then we just have 3 cuts. We're looking at 19 creatures, 17 non. So we could cut our 3 worst creatures, like a vampire, maybe a Felidar, maybe an Outrider. Looking for our worst creatures, Sentinel. Really nothing else is cuttable. So really, maybe I just cut 2 of these 3. Yeah, Vampire does have party. I guess, are we more aggro or are we more control? Like, if we're more control, we want the 4/3 on the ground that's just hanging out there with 4 power. If we're a little more aggro, we want Outrider to, like, give our, Raptor plus whatever. We do have 3... Yeah, let's cut Sentinel, I agree. We do have the 3 priests that care a little bit about alternate types. Anybody disagree with any of this? I did cut stuff that we could consider. There were some fans of the Banneret. We could do Banneret over Outrider if we thought curving out from this is better than dropping this on 4. What else have we got to reasonably consider? The Stinger is another place of, like, hey, if we're talking about running a creature for a little bit of extra non-cleric action in the party mechanic, we can do that. There's the Blood Price, again, that does draw cards. We have the Blood Beckoning to get some card advantage. Not much more than that, though. Anyway, just trying to make sure we are considering all of the... Yeah, Prowling Felidar, yeah, we can consider all of these. But how about... I'm going to put the candidates here, and then we'll vote it out for our last spot. I don't think it's going to be Dreadworm. Anybody want any of these candidates in, like, Mesa Links or something? So I'm gonna run this. Oh yeah, sorry, let me get out of your way. Get to deck building. And I'm gonna pull this one, and then we'll get playing. So let's do a 40-second poll, and it's C for Seagate Banneret, Stinger for the Shadow Stinger, Out for the Outrider, Felidar for the Prowling Felidar, and Vamp for the Highborn Vampire. C, Stinger, Out, Felidar, Vamp. What are we keeping? We're going to cut the other 4. We're going to play one of those and keep the other and cut the other 4. I'm not cutting a land. You're not talking me out of 18 lands. Really, 17 land and a rebirth is what I'm doing. I mean, we have, for one thing, we've got Felidar Retreat. If we get a little land heavy, we're fine. Given the Felidar Retreat. All right, pretty strong win for the Prowling Felidar, so we'll keep that and cut the rest. Jinx really wanted to support the party mechanic, especially around the Blood Priest. I get it, Jinx, but I don't think the difference between 1 or 2 here is even that big a deal. What matters is that we trigger life gain matters stuff. So, let's see if any bling has been redeemed. Nope. I'm going to go with our defaults there, the stuff that chat won a couple gauntlets ago. And how about something... How about Soul Ring Sleeves? Old school lands indeed. And let's see, what do we think about this one? It's a cleric deck. We feel like we married it early. How about Shotgun Wedding? I think I might have actually used that already for a similar. How about Mawwidge? Mawwidge. What do you think? What's the par on this one, gang? Quite keepable. If our cleric lives, we're going to have a hard time losing, and if it dies, hopefully it doesn't get exiled and we can get it back later. All right. Well, my real problem is lack of land here. But we do get a Felidar Retreat waiting for us. Here's where, you know, Marshall's taking a lot of flack for calling this, for not being on the "this is an insane windmill slam crazy bomb" camp, and only merely that it's bomby. But this is why. These are spots where it's less impressive. You know, it's going to be a long time probably before this does much for us. Of course, in a situation where you're stuck on land, none of your spells do much, right? But my point is that sometimes in Magic, you get land screwed, and then this does literally nothing, where at least other cards in your deck at 4 mana do something. Yeah, I'm acknowledging that, Bobble, but do you hear what I mean? I just feel like there's a way in which, like, a Felidar on 4, stuck on 4, does something. A Felidar Retreat on 4, stuck on 4, does literally nothing. Yeah, we're going to swing and offer the trade for sure. Let's start there. Glad we drew a land. It's not even that. No, there are 5-drop bombs too. But okay, let's say Felidar Retreat with 1. You got 5 land that game. So you've played a Felidar Retreat for 4 mana, and you played 1 land, and you paid 4 mana for either a cat or 1/1 across your whole team. That's not a bomb either. The point is, Felidar Retreat, when cast and even when triggered, is not always a bomby result. You need to landfall 3+ times with this card before the bombiness really shines through, and that just doesn't happen every time. And that's all Marshall was saying. Yeah, I know, but not in a bomby way. I said on 4 it doesn't affect the board, and on 5 it barely affects the board. Boy, fine. You, I feel for you, Marshall. You're gonna get the boys back? I'm gonna go Felidar and Felidar Retreat. Let's get these going. Right? you try to provide a nuanced take, and it gets yeah. Well, Retreat is great. You all are doing the same thing you did to Marshall. I'm merely telling you that Marshall is pointing out that this is not always a bomb when cast. That's all. And that's just true. This is not always a bomb when you cast it in your games. That's all Marshall was trying to point out. Raptor and feed is good. Yeah, what do we want to feed? The tactician? We could also Raptor, or we could also retreat this turn and then Raptor feed next turn. I think that's what we should do. We just cast this now. Yeah, I'm gonna go retreat. I know that we can do things to create an attack this turn, but I'm going to play a longer game and try to turn this into a bomb and get those 3+ landfall triggers. Retreat here does nothing. You do know we have a Raptor, yeah? Are we blocking here? Not really. This is I guess we could. They know we're about to start retreating. I'm going to say we can say no blocks. We have plenty of life gain. We just want to keep all our stuff and make sure we... Ooh, Drana. Well, really glad we kept our Feed the Swarm. I'm going to make a cat now, and then we'll probably move to tokens from there. What would that have done? Sequencing it differently? Yeah, I wanted one cat to carry some counters. Now we got what we got. And we could start blood beckoning. Are we going angel path? I mean, we can almost get him without doing the angel thing. But I think we should go ahead and angel. And do we care about, are any of these attacks bad? They can take out the Felidar. That doesn't seem great, but if they want a 1-for-1 here, that's fine. Oh yeah, Celebrant's the same way, right? We only want to send these two. Yeah, we don't want to offer a trade for the Celebrant or the Felidar with a landfall coming. But we'll let them, if they want to give up one of their creatures to take out a cat beast before it gets bigger, we can accept that. Radiantware doesn't even want to give up the 3/3. I get that, because it's about to be a 4/4. But I didn't mind trading if they wanted to trade, so I offered. All right, they're going for... I was curious how they would take with the apparition. Do you want to take out the angel and just try and stop that plan? Or do you want to take out our biggest threat? They went with biggest threat. Might mean they have a solution for the angel they're intending to use? I don't know. Oh, they can't? Oh, yeah, yes. No, it's 4 or less. Sorry, you're right. Some people are reading around here. I always think of these white effects as being like blah or bigger. I forget that one's blah or smaller. Yeah. So that's why they did that. And we get... So we can go Expedition Healer. We also have Blood Priest and Cleric. We could get both of them back and cast the Blood Priest. But, yeah, let's do Healer first. And we can still do the blood beckoning and get the stuff back. Still... Oh yeah, retreat was on the menu. Good point. You think this is GG if we have enough 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Well, it's not super GG, but it's close to it, right? And we still will trade this. I still like, yeah, this is fine. This is where we get drained back, send them right back to the... All right, we got the win instead. All right, well, this is best of 3, so black-white mirror. Drana is our big scary. We didn't see anything disenchantable here. Oppo looks like they have a pretty strong deck between Drana, Thirst, Apparition, and some party stuff. It looks like they're black-white party, though, really. It's interesting. They might have felt like the retreat was just doing its thing and they needed to take bodies out. I don't know. But, of course, the retreat can just make more bodies, too, in that case. Any changes is the question. And I don't see anything in our black, white, and colorless options. Oops, not color land, colorless options that I want in here over what we've got, though. Space Spiffman says, just wanted to say your community is awesome. Joined the Discord yesterday and so many helpful people. You know it. Somehow I've managed to attract better people than me. What's the Discord? The Discord is like, I mean, if you don't know Discord at all, I would say Discord is social media for gaming. And people like me, content creators, tend to have, and game makers have channels for their content that people check out and enjoy. And in our case, it's especially a big community of off arena drafting. We draft a lot at mtgadraft.herokuapp.com. We can keep this between healer and protector. So it's just a great place to hang out with friendly, like-minded Magic players. Not always like-minded. There's vigorous but respectful debate that happens as well. But a big tool for people in the Discord is doing the free all human drafting. I'm just gonna go protector, make healer indestructible, and get a couple of life here. They can block. It's a wow. That was an easy block. I mean, we're tapped out. There was literally nothing we could do to the adept, but we'll take it. I was only attacking to get the 2 life. I like a vanquish here. We'll just vanquish the tactician, get in for 5, gain some life, and then have all this stuff behind. Next turn we can go Celebrant, feed the swarm. After they go Drana. Well, that thing's got to go. But we're going to keep racing. We got to really hold this. There we go. I was going to say, got to hold the feed for Drana, for this final feed for Drana, and there she is. We're going to break Oppo's heart here. Broken-hearted Oppo could be a scoop. This is the kind of thing that can cause some people to scoop, especially people who've been playing the way Oppo's been playing, which is a little suspect. I'm going to do this just to get extra damage in. No scoop. Good job, Oppo. I appreciate Oppo not giving up just because we killed Adrana. Well, that could show you why. What a comeback. Tip the cap to Oppo there. Thus the no scoop. Now we need more removal ourselves. Well, need a planes, but then that could maybe do something. Drana gets back from their yard, and they get a tactician back, so blah. We maybe need to do some blocking of our own to blood beckoning. But we need our angel out. Yeah, we just gotta pass here. I know, we need angel to block. That's what I'm saying. We need angel. I mean, we can't attack into him and we can't block. There was just nothing to do there. Well, we got our angel, so that's nice. Can do something here. And send the 3-2. Well, everything gets life. All of our creatures gain life. This gains double, though. Is that how that works? Yeah, so why can't we send the 3-2? Do we just lose? Maybe I need to reread this. Whenever a creature control deals combat damage to a player. Gotcha, to a player. But we can still send it, right? If they block, we don't get life, but then one of their creatures dies. And we also have a blood beckoning that we actually want dead creatures for. So that's... yeah, that's true. They just get their creature back with Drana, and it's bigger. Okay, so then there's no... That's really the point. Drana makes attacking bad. Okay, I'm convinced. We'll cancel attacks. And we say no attacks. And we're not dead. Yeah, we can attack with the healer to gain the life, and then nothing they can do. It doesn't kill anything. Yeah, that's fair. We do want to get it back with the beckoning eventually anyway. This gains us a little bit of life, and it wasn't doing much on defense anyway. All right. On to the next game. Thought we had him, but Oppo with the incredible Thwart the Grave to undo all of our hard work. Timber, what do you mean? I've heard that getting a specific uncommon is harder in this set than normal. What does that mean? I mean, that's just a question of math, isn't it? Well, Sentinel for flying blocking. I don't know. I want to be. I think I'm going to say no on Sentinel. I think we're going to run it back and hope that their Drana is at the bottom of their deck. Really, the disenchant because of one binding? I guess binding on Destiny is pretty rough. But I don't love playing a reactive spell here. We can always vanquish our own if we need to, but that's pretty rough too. Yeah, feed kills the binding. That's a good point. I'm gonna not play it because we actually do have answers to enchantments in the deck already. All right, come on, I want this match. Let's start out with a win. Just need to duck Oppo's nasty rares and mythics. Well, all right, that's important. We can keep this because of the rebirth, so we're going to keep this. That's nice, too. Go with a Gloom Hunter here. Of course, we want a Plains. I'd even take a Swamp here. Just give us a Tabarax on 3, please. All right. Could go Celebrant. Although this is more aggro, I think it will go with... We could also go Life's Bond to actually grow it right now. I think we want to use all our mana, right? I think we want to use all our mana. The Cleric is very tempting, though. That's true. Let's get this going. Let's see what they got. I'm gonna do this. Make him have something right now, or this Cleric gets way out of hand. Interesting. We're just going to go with... well, we go with Tabarax here over Celebrant. We could also go Celebrant, and it tends to block. Let's just do this. Tabarax, though, is good. Grows it above there so we can attack with both. All right, well, we're going to go Celebrant over anything else here. A lot of mana up. That's a little... I think we might be a... There could be a Vicious, or whatever, the 3-power removal. Yeah, there's definitely a pause here, so I'm not expecting everything to live here. Kind of expecting Tabarax to die. Yeah, Vanquish. I knew it started with a V or something. Could be a Vanquish. Let's find out. They gotta have it. We're gonna make them have it. And even if they have a Vanquish, our board still looks pretty darn good. Yeah, I can't hit the Priest. Ah, Sky Dancer. Okay. We got Blood Beckoning, so not too concerned. That's a little annoying, but it's still a 2-for-1. And actually 3-for-1, right? We draw a card too, so yeah, that's pretty good. Drana all the time for our Oppo, and I'm a little worried. I mean, we can feed it, yes, and we will, but Oppo has shown graveyard shenanigans, so this might not be the end of Drana for us. But we get to go Swamp, Feed, and Priest. It'll land, we just go retreat, +1 everything, looks great. Yeah, we got it. Beat Drana 3 times. Well, we beat Drana 2 times, but Drana on curve all 3 games, and we managed to take the match. I'm going to take that happily. Yeah, we did some serious snacking on Drana there. All right, looks good. Here you go, Expedition Healer into Taborax with an Angel of Destiny on the horizon. Healer v Healer. Well, with Taborax, we would draw a card off it, so I'm going to play this in offer. Something to play on 4 would be fantastic. A nice 4-drop. Felidar. I'll take anything with the word Felidar in the title and 4 mana. Give me something Felidar-y. Raptor, you say. It's something to play. I'm not going to complain. We're not going to pull a land back, though. Now I don't want to offer Healer. Nice, you get to go Destiny into Kicked Hunter now. Kicked Hunter connecting in the air with an Angel of Destiny out, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, like doubles up. You know, we're just doubling our race to winning the game with Angel of Destiny. Big moment here. If they've got the enchantment removal for the Angel, we're in for a longer game because we need to find our own removal for the enchantment on the Angel. If the Angel lives and we get to keep attacking with it, then I think we should be fine. Like, they're a long way off from killing us. That's understandable that they went for that. They're now going to regret it, though. This Gloom Hunter is going to be even better. Yes, we have 1 Blood Beckoning effect. In fact, it's Blood Beckoning. Certainly, if they send the Protector, I'm throwing the Healer in front of that. But no blocks here. Maybe I'm supposed to leave the Angel back on D for a little bit while the Gloom Hunter closes us in. We leave... like, basically, we're not going to win with the Angel if we actually get... if they keep our life total down with the crackback. So let's see, 22, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 34. So after 2 swings of the Gloom Hunter, if we we send the Gloom Hunter, and we chump and do some blocks, then we can send the Gloom Hunter with the Angel of Destiny and just win, right? So I think we go, let's see, if we go, I'm trying to do the math here of how we get to 35, right? So if we're getting 6 from the Hunter and 4 from the Angel, we're getting plus 10 on that attack. So if we go 42 in the next 2 attacks, we can lose 7 and still oh, it's lethal, but wait, are you guys okay, so let's see, you're saying 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 24. Yeah, it is. Okay, so because we go, we get plus 14 on the 22. And healer has natural lifelink. Good work, gang. Doing the math. All right, what do we see? White. We did see a Seagate Colossus. We could bring in a disenchant on the strength of that, and on the strength on the expectation of a possible removal enchant. If we did bring one in, what would it be for? Like maybe one of the Raptors could go. Just taking I'm looking. It's common. It's common and it can lose us games. And there is a good target in it. All right, I will decline to run it for now, but I'm a little nervous, I'll say that. We do have 2 feeds, though. So even if they have it, we can save a feed and get rid of the enchant that way. I'm keeping this. I'm going to play the Rebirth as a land. We have 2 Raptors to bring it back to get it to be a spell later, and we have a Retreat that really wants us to get to 5+ land, so there is no flooding when you've got a Felidar Retreat, so we're going to go ahead and play it as land. Ideally, they give us something to vanquish here. I'd like to vanquish on 3, and then retreat on 4, angel on 5, and then come around with another Blood Priest. This is also fine. Let's do that instead. Yeah, I'll offer this. You want it? Oppo sequencing like me. I think if Oppo had attacked with Angel Heart Protector, I would not have blocked, so there's that. We could Vanquish here and do Felidar next turn, but we have Angel planned for next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and do no value turn 4 Felidar ahead of value town 5 turn 5. If they send the Protector, I'm blocking with the Priest, though. So no blocks there. Are we going to be able to get 5 power on board? Well, with actually the Angel of Destiny plus either of these actually threatens the Seagate, so that's fine. Do you like a cat or counters? Are we already at counter level? Yeah, we can get the Angel back, though, and I don't know. We gotta not lose to the Colossus, so there's that. Yeah, but we can do... let's make a kitty, and then we can just gang block everything, right? Yeah. Let's do that. Or chump. We can decide, but I'm going to make a kitty is the point. This is actually okay. I didn't think... I was on the plan of no block here anyway. I think we want to take one more turn with a land play on the Felidar Retreat and then Vanquish something. I guess Vanquish doesn't do much here. It's... I think we're okay, actually. We're going to take a big smack here, but we're fine. They need to add more than just this, or we're fine. I'm not double blocking anything right now. I want to... The Ox is not great, but we can also just keep going wide with Felidar. We can make 2/2s forever. But I think... Gotta decide. Wider or taller? Yeah, we go wide. If we go taller, the Angel can really eat into the damage we're taking. So I like that. Let's go counters. And the Vigilance also very nice. Good point. The Vigilance is no joke. Oppo agrees to the point of scooping it up. Sorry, Oppo. Yeah, the double strike on the Angel made going tall the clear choice there over going wide. A little early, but if they know their deck, maybe they just know they have no answers to that, but felt a little early. It depends on if they had any outs whatsoever to the Angel, but I feel like they did, right? I mean, I'd be surprised if they had 0 outs to the Angel. Exactly, Chimero. I think we just needed to ride it out, grow our stuff, and then with the turn-by-turn Vigilance especially. Kind of forgot the Vigilance. The Vigilance is nuts. Like, that card would be great without the Vigilance, but the fact that your countered creatures get Vigilance is insano. Oh, yeah. We're going to go Blood Priest. Blood Priest here, and I'm going to snap block a Bug Catcher with this here Blood Priest. We have a Blood Beckoning to get dead things back. If we waited, we could grow it with the Felidar, but against something as aggressive as a Bug Catcher, I'm going to do my best to trade. Nice. No turn 3 yet. I mean, they may do something at instant speed, but at least they didn't have some classic main phase beast to play against us. We're going to drop another priest. Oh yeah, thanks for the reminder, Hat. Keep forgetting to pitch that, but I'll be playing in a Lola Man event on this Thursday. Excited. I gotta throw I'll put the start time up, but it's usually in the kind of mid. It's usually something I do after streaming for the day, per usual. All right, with nothing really that we want to do on 5 yet, I like Blight Priest here and Retreat plus land next turn. I'm also willing to trade this Blood Priest if they want to. They have no card draw for the Diviner, so if they want to trade Diviner for Blood Priest, thumbs up. And of course they don't. Shatter, shatter. Scary, but I think we can retreat and swamp here over Panic Binding the Minotaur. And we put the counters on. We both get clean attacks here, and we have a Blight Priest that at least threatens the Minotaur. Fair enough. Coming at us for another 8, probably. But we now have 2 spell. Oh, and Vanquish is nice on the Diviner. Let's go Blight Priest for sure. And then, well, want to keep our options open here. We might want to use the Binding. There is the Spland that could counter this or this. I'm going to use Vanquish on Oppo's upkeep. You like the token? I like the Vigilance. But that's fair. We have blocks. Both of these block it now. Killing the flyer here, just because if they have the counter, if they have the Force Spike, you may as well make them use it on their turn. Well, I suppose by letting him untap, we expose ourselves to other hard removal spells, but what hard removal are we really playing around in the format? Felt like the only counterspell we were playing around there was the Force Spike, so that's why I did that. Let's put the Blight Priest black back, and this time make a kitty. Binding is nice. We get a Binding plus Priest no matter what. I kind of know that one. The big black bug bit the big black bear. That doesn't even seem that tough. There's... Yeah, that's all right. Ooh. All right, all right. They managed that much. We do get a couple of points here, though. We can go Priest. Wait. Yeah, I'm going to make counters to make them harder to kill. We don't want Amulet on 1 to be able to take out either of our creatures, so we're going to do counters, and don't even think we need to bind now. Both of these are lethal. If they come up with a bigger creature than a 2/1, we can bind that and still attack for the win. That's powerful, but not enough here unless they come up with something for 1 mana here that I'm not thinking of. Oh, yeah, or there you go. That works too. That works too. This is not bad for us, though, either. We can go Raptor, and gives us a land drop to... I guess first we bind... well, they have a royal, so it's not good game, no. Right? I mean, they're just going to bounce one of our attackers. But we got to make him do it, so I'm going to bind something and attack. I don't think it really matters what we bind. I guess... And let's go Raptor and replay, because then at least I can make these so that the wizard doesn't trade for the one they don't bounce. Well, bouncing either of these is bad, right? Like, we don't like either of those being bounced. Oh yeah, they could block and use Relic, but that's good for us too if they lose counters off the Relic. So still making them do it all here. Fair, that's fair, Haj. I guess I was thinking the game just isn't going to last that long, but I suppose there are some ways things could play out where it would. And also, again, yeah, the whole part of the point of our play was that it made bounce not actually good, or they made it so they had to use it, right? Yeah, let's drain. All right, good start, good start. Relic Amulet says we could bring in a disenchant, but again, it's the only thing we saw. Are you bringing in a disenchant for one thing? It's like it's the only target I would expect this type of deck to have. Sure, if they have Bubble Snare, they're going to run it, but mostly a red-blue wizard deck doesn't really have a lot of enchantments or artifacts. This tends to be it. So I'm inclined to not sideboard reactive stuff, having only seen one. Haj says they could have Bubble Snare. I acknowledged the possibility of Bubble Snare, but I want to see it. A lot of, like, when I run one, if I have a great wizard deck, it doesn't actually have any of the Bubble Snares. It gets all its removal from instants and sorceries. And it's true. We do have answers to snares. So really, this is a question of, do we want answers to Relic Amulet? And I think the answer is no. Let's see. Can't do... Let's see. Oh, those are... All right, those are now... Tiny bubbles make me happy. Something like that. I don't know the song too well. Vacuum. Sounds like Margaret's cleaning up upstairs. No blah, blah, blah. Well, very reactive opener, but we're going to keep. Retreat too good. There's something we can do. Royal Mage. Is that worth a feed? What's going to happen if we don't feed it? We're going to take probably 6 damage. Like, we can just feed it now and take 0 damage. Take 2 damage, or we can probably take probably 3 attacks off that before we have a body we're ready to block with. Yeah, I don't want to trade the Raptor for it though, right? We could though. Raptors, like, trouble is, like, Raptors are our only creature to get counters with the retreat unless we make kitties with it. It's not nothing. And we have another piece of removal. That's the other thing. I'm going to actually do it. Yeah, we could also vanquish. Maybe that's the key. Go ahead and take the 2 and then vanquish it next turn if we want. I'm going to do it. Dang it. I just don't know how, like, we got other things we're going to do. Maybe so, Haj, maybe so. I certainly wasn't confident about that one, but I do like using all my mana. Rebirth. I think I like Vanquish here and then retreat next turn. It was close. It was I don't know if it was, I mean, it was an arguable play. I just don't know if it was correct. Haj might be right there. Well. That signals into the Royal, right? So this isn't gonna... I'm gonna just make... I mean, I'm gonna play... I'm not gonna not play land here, but I'm probably just gonna make kitties with the Felidar retreat. We've seen so many into the Royals. There we go. Yeah, it was interesting that they went for that, but there you go. Probably, I was gonna say, it probably just means they're gonna try and kill the Felidar, but now we got a nice use of our Rebirth. Oh, I saw Robert. I agree with you. I'll acknowledge that Robert said that as well. But we do want to make kitties. Hey, look, it's a bubble snare we can bring in disenchant for if we want. Now I like Felidar Retreat, though. Let's start making a kitty. Raptor the land back. Yep, we use the one feed, but we do have another feed we could unlock this with. Ouch, but not too bad, really. We get to go Blight Priest, Raptor, and land. Now, with another land, we get to do land turn after turn here. Kitty doesn't have vigilance naturally, but Felidar Retreat gives stuff vigilance. I want to keep sending, keep making tokens for right now, though. Oh, does it? Yeah. Yeah, we're swinging. It's not. Yeah, we're swinging the kitty. Definitely. We got it. We're kind of racing here. Interesting spot. We could throw a couple blocks in, but I'm gonna say no blocks. Also, there is a point in which we start making counters and getting the vigilance attacks in. I think, like, yeah, with 2 Fizzer Wizards, we now need to make counters. Yeah, we'll see, Dave. We'll see how long I go today, but it'll be for some amount, for sure. So now we can feed the Bubble Snare to unlock the Felidar. We could also just... yeah, Bubble Snare Felidar seems good because it's only 1 point of damage. And are we offering all of these? I think so. Yeah, maybe not the Blight Priest, but definitely this, and this, right? And then do we send the Blight Priest? If we do, we would accept a 2-for-1 on it. I'm going to send the Blight Priest too. I'd take a double block there. Yeah, Eruption ends the game right now. If they swing Minotaur, we're double blocking. I guess we block everything here. I don't know what their card might be, but I'm not blocking. Oh yeah, sorry. I thought they had 7. I forgot the an unnumbered pile is 4, not 5. So yeah, they can't even Eruption us. I think they're in a bad way and trying to figure out what to do about it. And we're gonna try and take a 1-for-1 here for one of our kitties. But I'm not gonna put the Raptor at risk. We either draw a spell or we draw action for our retreat, so all of our draws are going to be solid, or, you know, do something. And yeah, now we just, it's a forced block either way, so I'm going to make a kitty. Go a little bit wide. It's a day in the US where we could use a little distraction, D. Because now we're waiting. I hate the wait. I love 3-0. Boy, we're max winning all of our Zendikar drafts of late. That's pretty cool. Dun, dun, dun. Nice. A little profit celebration. Yep, we're going to draft some more. Well, first, let's say goodbye to our friends watching from YouTube. Hey, thanks for hanging out for that one. We're on a roll, baby. Max winning left and right like it's nothing. Try not to take this for granted. I know I experience some bad runs sometimes, so gotta celebrate the good runs while they're happening and acknowledge that we're getting our share of luck in the good stuff right now, too. So, nice. Thank you, though, for hanging out. Have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you at the next draft. Look for it tomorrow. Bye, YouTube.